Hello everyone and welcome to a video where me and my brother Maddie are going to be going over some of the up and coming riders in BMX that I think if you don't already know about, you absolutely should know about. Maddie came up with this idea and he's like, you know what, I'm going to take it upon myself and make a list. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We are going to be going over them in age order. So from the youngest to the oldest, because we figured the younger riders, you know, they have some time to develop, and what they're doing already is unbelievable. But the older riders that are at the end of this list, like they are literally like, possibly next year they could be
at
a
any
real
point
threat.
they could potentially be the difference maker in the BMX scene, like that good, that level.
We have this YouTube channel. We focus on BMX stuff, and this is something that I don't know. I want to be able to do having a platform like this. So
Absolutely.
I think it's a really cool idea, and I'm super excited about this. So we're gonna get straight into it. So the first rider, Matt, why don't you take over and let us know who we're gonna be saying first?
Well, I think many of you have heard this name, but Chi BMX. That's all you need to know him by.
Yeah.
His real name is Chiaki Masui. He's 8 years old
That's crazy.
from Japan.
That's how old I was when I got into BMX. So just thinking that he's already this good at 8 is just unbelievable.
I was on a scooter. So.
Yeah. Well, you were racing though at that point.
Yeah,
You were
bit,
racing BMX. It's not like you weren't riding BMX.
I was practicing tailwhips on a scooter, and this kid is literally going to change the BMX. Like, it's unbelievable what an 8-year-old can do. I still watch this in absolute awe.
All right, well, let's get straight into it. We're going to watch this one with you. So, first clip right here. Looks like it's going to be over the spine. 720.
He's on like a 14-inch
yeah.
bike, by the way, guys. 14-inch bike, and 720 over probably a 6-foot spine.
At least,
you know?
I'd say. I love when he celebrates, too.
Flip
bar spin, and he's landing
spine.
at the coping, which is so crazy.
It's just like the perfect pump on everything.
Yeah.
Just like, what's this?
1,
two.
2,
Oh,
3.
triple truck.
I'd expected 2 for a second there. I didn't think 3 was coming around.
Here's a little street clip, a little pickup bar, showing his skills off, a little 180 slider. I thought that was cool.
That was cool.
And then this is my favorite clip of all time. Look at the 3.
Oh, wow. Drifting 3 down with...
3 down with over a hip. That's a 10-foot hip. That's a
insane.
double bar over the box. Just showing off a little bit of stuff.
Nice
and look
at
how much he has to pedal to get to the next ramp, by the way. That's the biggest skate park ever.
That's very funny.
Oh, flip double bar.
Oh, wow.
He's 8.
That is nuts.
Triple bar transfer real quick. Hit the flare.
Nice. Yeah,
and then
there's not much that we can say that's going to give him any more credit than his riding.
3-whip over the spine, straight into the flare.
Wow. Awesome. And he's 8 years old, so just think about that. 8 years old. And already has that kind of bike control on those kind of ramps, which is crazy to think about. And I'm excited to see what happens in the future. But we're going to move on because we have a bunch to cover right here. And the next rider, go ahead, Matt, take it away.
So this one's going to be Bianca Martin. And she is 11 years old from Australia. And this one, I've only seen one clip. And then when we were making this video, I started scrolling the Instagram a little bit more. And I was like, oh my goodness, she does so much different stuff on a bike, which I thought was really cool. But
this is a rider that I'm not too familiar with, so I'm excited to see it. We're going to be seeing it for the first time. So let's get this going.
And remember, she's 11 years old. She flipped a roller.
Nice.
I wouldn't even backflip that.
Oh, it's like a hip too.
And she's in shorts.
Oh, look at that tail whip.
Tail whip, Superman,
C-crab.
C-crab.
Got trick up. Just gave Maddie a letter.
Like, yeah, I can't do Superman, C-crab.
Hey, excuse you. Hold on, guys. I don't mean to interrupt you, but let's let this guy in real quick.
Bar air.
I like the wave clip.
180 whip.
Nice.
It's a,
very cool.
a very difficult trick. And
oh, that crash with the shorts on. I know it's 360 whip.
She doesn't wear knee pitching or nothing. Truck driver. Like, it's just insane for being 11 years old, and the girl just absolutely rips. I can't believe it.
Yeah, that's my first time seeing her, so really, really amazing rider. Excited to see where women's BMX is going.
Yeah.
Because like 11 years old, the truth is, your body mass and your strength is very low at 11. Over the next couple of years, as she gets older, she's going to get stronger and be able to do
the
so
fact
much
that
more.
She's already had developed those tricks. Like, she could tail up already. Can you imagine once she gets a little bit bigger? Like, she's going to push women's BMX to the next level.
Yeah, so very excited to see that. So we're going to be moving over to another female clip. So who's this one, Matt?
So this one's she actually says it differently. It's like Aubree Time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she's 11 years old, and she's from England. And I thought this one was cool because she's also 11, just like the last girl, but she's the total different side of things. She's like a street machine, this girl. And street is hard, especially when you're that small to maneuver a bike. And watch what she's capable of. It's pretty unbelievable.
Let's do it. We're going to roll it right now.
So X up, man.
Oh,
I can't do it.
That's hard. Really, really difficult.
I'll put it
Keeping it locked in. And then to a wall
She is so good at manuals. I love it.
Yeah, she's got the
feeble,
control.
hard 180.
Whoa, that was really good. Really
Just
clean.
made it backwards feeble grind.
Backwards feeble grind across that whole ledge. That was really good.
Oh, this is in the rain. I thought this was insane.
Yeah,
just fetal male.
This is something Maddie would do.
And eat it.
Well, if you're going to be riding in England, you're going to be you better learn to start riding in the rain. Nice manual.
Tired manual 180.
That was really clean.
She's got the manual double peg hard 180.
Okay. Wow, amazing rider. So there's another one right there. Amazing street riding.
Unbelievable riding.
I know we just said the same thing about Bianca riding, but like this is a whole different version of female BMX that she's going to be able to push as time goes on, which is going to be super cool to see. So very excited about the future on that one. So all right, we'll keep things rolling. Next rider. This is one that Maddie just showed me actually. He's like, dude, you got to see these crashes. I don't know how many crashes are going to be in this right here.
I think I edited a lot of them out. To be fair, I didn't want to scare people away from the sport.
All I want to say is this rider works for it. Okay. And once you see his riding right here, you're going to be able to go back and check. So, yeah, why don't you take it away, Matt? Introduce it.
So this one's another 11-year-old kid, and his name is Leon Chernovets. He doesn't really tell where he's from, but I'm pretty sure he's from Croatia. And this kid is phenomenal bike rider, and he absolutely works for it. Like Scott said, he crashes, and he crashes hard, and he gets back up and does it.
Some of the hardest crashes I've ever seen.
And he's not scared to show it. You go on his Instagram, and I will tell you almost every other clip has a very bad crash in it.
Works very hard to get to where he is, but we're going to show you exactly how far he made it, so let's roll it.
So first clip, bar spin, tuck, bar spin.
You can see the hands come off.
Three-trick combo that not many people even do now. No. So I thought that was so
Unless
cool.
Your rim. Oh, that looked like Dave Mirra right there.
The Dave Mirra tuck no-hander, right?
Nice whip there. 720 over
cruising
the box.
720s over the box jump. And wherever he's at, this skate park is one of the biggest skate parks I've ever seen. By the way.
360 flip.
Look at how good it was,
wow,
too.
That was good rotation.
Like unbelievable 360 backflip. Rips a front flip.
Held on to that. That was good.
But I like it. He's got a lot of different tricks.
Flip double whip. You didn't tell me that.
Yeah,
that was clean.
Insane. When was your first flip double whip?
Ah, jeez. 15, 16?
Oh, I did put a crash clip in there.
Yeah, that is. Okay. We got to stop it. All right. I was going to tell you when my age was for the flip double whip. It was 18, but that doesn't matter anymore.
18, okay,
let's go back to that crash real quick. Here's one of them. This is gnarly.
He is about
flare whip and just skate upside down, land on the
pipe. Like,
but I think he realizes what he's going up against, so he wears full pads. So that's great.
I respect it. The full face, full pads.
He's like, let's move on from the flare whip. We'll come back to that.
Flare bars.
Nice.
Alley-oop double truck.
Oh, alley-oop downside 3-whip. That was cool.
I thought that was just so cool.
Awesome rider. Really good rider. I love the effort that he's putting in, and the progression of BMX, especially at that age, is absolutely insane. And I'm so excited to see what happens as he gets a little bit stronger, a little bit bigger, because I think the crashes are going to disappear because of the strength and being able to control the bike more.
Yeah, and it's also like it's literally knowledge. Every single time you crash on a bike, you're learning. So
and he's getting back up and he's
the
doing
fact that
it.
he can do it right now, I mean, where he'll be in a couple of years it's endless.
Yeah. So amazing rider, and we're
excited to
see you and excited to see what happens in the future. So we're gonna move on to the next one, and some of you might have heard of this rider before. This kid goes hard. He crashes too. He definitely does a couple crashes, and but the tricks that he's been able to pull off at such a young age of 13. Matt, why don't you introduce?
So 13-year-old Connor Stitt. He's from America, so our first America rider on the list.
It's crazy.
And Connor, he rides big ramps. Like, this kid could flip anything, but Nitro Circus.
Almost double flip everything as well.
He's just not scared of it, but it pays off because you could see the rider that he is at only 13 years old.
Very talented. I'm excited to see this highlight reel that Maddie made, so let's do this. All right, bringing some speed. There's
Just flip whip bar,
Flip
like,
whip
and that's an unbelievable trick.
super clean.
You know,
super clean and off a huge jump. Oh,
look
here
at
we
the
go.
roll and flip triple.
Triple whip. Wow.
Look at the size of that jump. Back
What
flip
was
knack
that?
knack
Flip knack.
and double flip bounce front
Oh,
flip.
I was like, he's coming
I
up
know.
short.
I
This
thought the
isn't
same
good.
thing.
Whoa,
Look
did you
at
see
this.
that push through for
It
that?
was touched on the lip. That was crazy.
That is
Triple.
at least
backflip.
2.5. I was like, saw the landing coming. I was like, oh my goodness.
13 years old doing triple
That's
backflips.
insane.
Double backflip a spine.
Yeah. We had, just goes to show, unbelievable rider. And
whip
we've
bar.
seen he puts the effort in.
Yeah. Yeah, and a 3-double whip.
That's a
he's
hard
well-rounded. The kid could flip, bar, whip, you name it.
Amazing.
And
So
he's not scared of any obstacle that's in front of him.
I'm excited to see what happens in the future with him as well. We're going to move on to another 13-year-old, but this is a way different 13-year-old than the last 13-year-old you saw. So go ahead, Matt. Why don't you take it away?
Yeah, so this one's got to be one of my favorite riders on the list, honestly. I'm a big fan. Suzuki Hayata. So Suzuki BMX 23. He is 13 years old from Japan, and this kid rides so far beyond his years. His style, his progression, and everything between his bike control on the bike is like something that I watch and I'm like, I aspire to ride that well on a bike.
Yeah, I guess the one thing I want to bring up about it, because like when I see him ride is there's certain riders, and like I'm just gonna use myself for example. I never like thought about what I looked like, and I wasn't conscious of that. I was just always just goal oriented. I just wanted to accomplish tricks. This is a rider that clearly like accomplishes tricks, but is like, I want to do it this way.
Yeah, and I love it.
Acknowledges it.
And it seems like he had the goal of like, you could tell by the way he rides. There's certain riders that like you could see he's trying to push, and now watching him rides for We the People, and rides with some of those riders.
True.
And when you're next to him, like Felix Prangenberg, you're like, these dudes have been riding for years together, you know? And it's just some young kid from Japan who rides in a parking lot by himself.
Wild.
Like, respect.
All right, well, let's roll it. Let's do it. Riding a little skate park. So I think he's on what, 16, 18? Was he?
I think 18 inch.
Looks like 18,
he might have been playing around on 20 lately.
Oh yeah.
Truck
Nice
the
truck.
set.
That was cool. Look back at the
was
camera.
cool.
He was amped up on that one.
Quick truck driver. Hop whip on the bank.
Nice.
Showing off different moves. I thought that was cool.
Ooh,
Quick 540 with the
carbon
style though, you know,
He's
he's
good.
so good at maneuvering the bike and everything. Double peg, hard 180. He's got all the street moves. This is the most unbelievable clip. Fastest 180 bar.
Yeah, Maddie loved this one. He's been showing me this one for a while.
Crazy nollie 3.
Yeah, just
At speed though.
nothing
you know?
needed. Just some flat ground.
That
was really
180,
cool.
540 cab
Yeah, that was-
off of
that
a
was
ledge.
Really good. We're going to the rail.
Switch pegs, 180.
Nice. Yeah, like I said,
Fakey crank flip.
very stylish
Cab crank
rider.
flip
You can
out.
tell he really focuses on the style, and excited to see as he gets older as well, gets stronger, going to be able to link things better and just have more control for sure. You're going to be able to command that bike. It makes such a big difference when you hit that growth spurt and you get stronger. Like it's unbelievable what you're able to, the way you're able to control the bike. You know?
Definitely.
So that's going to be huge to see in the future. And yeah, he's already sponsored and stuff, which is really cool. So yeah, excited to see him in the future as well. So we're gonna move on to I think this is the only other American rider that's in
it.
here.
There's 2 American riders that made the list.
And this is somebody that we know, super cool rider. We've been seeing him for years, yeah, excited to talk about him and show you a little bit of a highlight reel. So why don't you do a quick little introduction, Matt?
So the next rider is going to be 15-year-old Jake Ruckit. Scotty still calls him Baby Jake every time he's around him. But again, he like just turned 15. He's just now able to ride the next class in the USA BMX series.
That's crazy to think about.
Which is insane, you know?
Because he's that good at riding competitions. Like competitions is such a rare thing for people to be good at nowadays, and he is so good at planning runs and stepping up in those, high tense situations and being able to finish the runs.
Yep.
So, but either way, he's an amazing rider, and we're going to see Baby Jake right now.
So here's Jake.
Ooh, bar
hand
plant.
And look at this backyard setup. I don't even know where this is.
Yeah, that's
flare
sick.
bar, and he's goofy footed, so
Yep.
it looks super unique. But I thought a flare
that's
on this
cool.
like street spot.
That's not in Pennsylvania.
So I just love Jake's riding because he could ride anything in front of him. You know, he's one of those riders. Look at this.
Nice double flip.
Double flip over a Nitro Circus ramp, straight into a bar spin over a rail
that's
and
crazy.
a street spot, you know, to a bike flip over a
You're gonna have
mega
to ask
ramp.
him some, because that's something Maddie wants to learn so
I
bad.
can't. It's
And
impossible.
he's so bad at
It's
it.
impossible. 3 down bar.
Flare whip to bar, and it's goofy footage, which is so hard to do.
But
Wow.
just an unbelievable rider. Oh, and then the animal chin spine.
Oh, yeah, that's
I
a
just
big
thought that was.
spine. That's a huge spine. I haven't seen anybody jump that one.
Yeah,
yet.
that takes a certain level of like knowing how to ride a bike.
But amazing rider, and very, very excited to see what happens in the future with him, especially that he's able to compete with the older class now with the USA BMX.
Yeah,
That's gonna be that's awesome to hear. So, yeah, you guys can go check out his Instagram, which is at Jake Rutk with a T and a K there. So don't forget that Rutk. But anyway, we're gonna move on to an absolutely amazing rider. Like this kid, when I saw him ride, this is one of the kids where I saw him ride, and I was like, okay, gonna be a real problem.
Yeah.
Real problem
Yeah,
for a lot of these
Yeah.
pros very, very soon. And just knowing that he's only 16 years old is crazy. So
Yeah.
this is Keegan Pryor from Australia.
16 years old. Out
I'm
of
excited for you guys
Australia.
to see. If any of you guys haven't seen his riding, I'm excited for you to see it. So we're just gonna.
All I know, Team Australia right now is like,
Yes.
here we go.
Exactly. Goes huge, but the tricks are insane.
He's just got so much control for how old he is. Like
He's
the kid.
vicious on the bike.
Yep. Cork
Look at
720s, and
that.
once the shirt's off too, you know you're about to get something insane. Look at that flip whip. He moves his foot before he kicks the whip. I thought that was really
What do you
unique.
mean moves his
He
foot?
slides his foot like he kicks a switch whip.
Oh, really?
Very interesting,
now I'm
but
going
as
back and
controlled as
watching.
possible.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, he just kicks his foot really far back.
Yeah, I don't. Just
Well,
thought that was
Yeah,
interesting.
He gets his foot out of the way immediately.
Yep.
Like, boom, let's get that leg out.
And then boom,
he
seat
kicks
tube.
it. Interesting.
Yep, but like absolutely picture perfect.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, but
floats
it's
it.
perfect. It's super clean. All right, let's continue with the
So
rest.
sick. And he's also a very, very cool person to ride with. I had the chance to ride with
really?
Keegan at Woodward, and he's just the nicest kid, and he
wow.
is so motivated to ride. Everyone around him, he's like, let's do it. Thought this was cool. That's
Oh,
not even a
you
quarter
flare
pipe.
bar.
It's just a bank.
Oh, you flare whip on a bank? Oh my
Cranking
goodness.
stuff on this bank. I thought that was so sick. 450 triple bar,
Yeah, that was clean.
and then straight into 450 whip table. I thought that was
Yeah.
just a
Dang, you know who he reminds me of?
Kieran.
Yes, big time.
flare bar on a
Wow.
3-foot, potentially quarter pipe.
Oh,
Oh,
my
this run.
goodness.
Underfoot bar over a box jump backwards.
Wow.
1080.
Oh, 10.
Boom. It ain't done. Comes over this thing. He's like, yeah. yeet.
Oh, triple flare.
And he hung on for dear life. I count it, though. I
Wow, that was
absolutely count
crazy.
it.
Unbelievable. Yeah, so like I said, that was one where I saw him ride, and I was like, yeah, he's gonna be a real problem
Yeah.
real soon. He's gonna make it a little hard for people that are currently trying to make it right now. Onto
At 16
certain
years
teams and
old,
certain other things. And so he's gonna be hard. He's gonna be a real problem. I haven't seen him compete yet, so I don't know what it's gonna be like for him if he has that competitive edge where he steps up in those moments. But the thing is, though, he's Australian, so they have a really good BMX program for competitions. So, yeah, I'm really excited to see what happens with that. But we're going to be moving on to the final rider on our list. And this, like we said, as it went, these are riders that are older that we expect to be a real problem, like for all the guys
Yeah.
competing and stuff, and that are pushing the sport currently, which is nuts to think about, especially at such a young age. So, Matt, this next rider, I know you've been a big fan for a while now.
Yeah.
He's been showing me him for years, and
So
why don't you do some explaining here?
The next one is 21 years old. He might not. I think his birthday's coming up. I saw it on the feast list.
So happy
He might not
birthday.
even be 21 yet. Arseny Lubishkin, and he's from Russia. And this is one of the most phenomenal bike riders I have ever seen.
Mhm.
Not just being a young rider. This kid can literally be at the top of any podium of a contest that he
Yeah.
enters. So I just can't wait to see him actually
Yeah.
get to present
We just
it.
want to see him go against, I don't know, or at least ride with some of the big names. That
Yeah.
would be great. I would love if that can happen in the future.
But
But the style is completely different than everybody else. Like, he's got such a relaxed style, but he goes huge and does the craziest tricks.
he gives me a very Brett Benasewicz vibe when he rides.
Brett, he's actually come out to me and say, hey, Have you ever seen Arseny before?
Really?
Yeah. Brett's like a
So
huge
I feel like
fan.
it just makes sense
Huge
because
fan.
they both ride relaxed, but they boost. But
So,
one
yeah.
of my favorite
Shout out
riders.
to Brett as well.
Yeah.
So I know he's going to be watching this one. But here we go. Let's watch.
First thing I just had to do. Switch,
Huh.
flare, switch whip.
Okay, yeah, so if you look at the next clip, when he does that twister over the box, he is spinning to the right. So that one was switch flare and a switch tail whip, guys.
Which
That's
doesn't get done
crazy.
enough.
Let's
Like,
go
nobody's
back.
doing that.
That's
and he just,
nuts.
oh,
That's a
just
hard
flew.
trick. Crazy, but
But
unbelievable.
straight
Yes.
onto a
Over to a twister, so you can see he's rotating
perfect
to
twister,
the right.
straight into a double flare.
That's the biggest quarter pipe and roller
Look at
combination
this
I've ever seen. That skate park is no joke.
I thought this was amazing just to show a different side of things. That's got to be a 15-foot air.
Yeah,
Look
absolutely.
at the top of that ramp.
Yeah, that's crazy. We're pausing it right there, just holding it. It is nuts, man.
It's just cranked
And it's
tabletop at the top.
perfect tabletop. It's perfectly flat. He's got the shoulder tucked in there. Knees are where they need to be. That's
I just
cool.
like that in the last two clips you see he's got both sides of the spectrum,
Yeah,
you know?
no, you're right about that.
But floating through the bar,
Oh,
flare bar like it ain't nothing. Got the front flips with no brakes. Flare down.
wow. Yeah, what an amazing bike rider.
He's just an animal. I love it.
Oh, that's so crazy.
Switch 3-whip over the spine.
Dang.
Figured you'd get a kick out of
Yeah,
that
I
one.
do like
Just
that one.
Straight into the 5 flare.
Dude,
I thought that was flare bar over
carbon?
the channel.
That's
And this is a
unbelievable.
contest run, by the way. This
Oh,
one is,
yeah?
yep. This was a Russian something series.
Oh, that
but
skate park
the whole
is-
run.
Unbelievable, though. Look at this. Oh,
Flare bar transfer just
so,
floats
well,
around.
that just goes to show. I mean,
Quad.
You can have the ability to do tricks, but to be able to do it in a run like that, back to back, is pretty nuts. So there you have it. Those are the riders that are on Maddie's radar. And, I'm glad that he brought this whole video idea up because it gave me an opportunity to go back and kind of just check out these riders and be like, all right, I'm super excited
Yeah,
to where BMX is going.
And
Yeah,
if
that
there's
was
someone
awesome.
also that
That's
you
the
didn't
point.
see on this list, put it in the comments
Yeah.
below because we'd be curious. We love watching.
And we would like to do another video
Yeah.
like this too. So if you could put the riders out in, that you think that we should talk about,
Yep.
put them in the comments so we can talk about them. I would love to see the riding, and there's probably some that we're going to see in the comments be like, duh, why didn't we think
of
about
course,
that one?
of course.
But that just goes to show about how many amazing riders there are showing up. Either way, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.